Okay, as per request, I am going to take a quick look at the Mercury retrograde cycle that's happening this November, and highlight some key moments that I think are going to be crucial turning points. So right now I have this transit up here for November 20th, 4:23 a.m. That's just my time zone, which is Eastern. And the transit that I am looking at here through the human design body graph is the Sun Mercury cazimi. You see they're at the same degree and gate. It's gate 1495, and the degree is 28 degrees 18 minutes of Scorpio. So you can see both Mercury and the Sun are at that same degree. So when the Mercury Sun conjunction happens during the retrograde phase, it is a crucial breakthrough or turning point moment for the cycle. Usually there is some kind of solar blessing or moment of enlightenment, moment of clarity. Because Mercury retrograde is a resetting time, all the re-prefixes are happening during the retrograde. And this whole period, it begins on November 9th and it ends on November 29th. But this day on the 20th is crucial because the retrograde starts with Mercury in Sagittarius at 7 degrees of Sag, 6 degrees 51 minutes. So we read it as 7 for the Sabian symbol purposes. Now, it's kind of going to be a difficult transit for Mercury. Let's just look what happens, how what's happening. When we're really looking into the human design gates for the retrograde Mercury, it's not, it's kind of a tough set of gates. Gate 9, it goes retrograde on 9.2, the misery loves company degree. And must be a little bit earlier in the morning that it actually happened. Anyway, oh yes, because it's the 9th, not the 12th. All right, yeah, so Mercury goes retrograde on the misery loves company degree of Sagittarius in the human design gate 9.2. Now, Mercury does not like to be retrograde in Sag very much. As far as like planetary condition goes, it's in exile, and retrograde means there's some kind of delay or force to have to go and backtrack over ground that was just recently covered. So it's not going to be a time where there's a lot of good forward momentous progress, most likely for anybody, but it will be a great time to confront and correct mistakes. It's going to be a huge time of mistakes being confronted and revealed. And, for those of you that understand the power of a moment like that to correct as a corrective action opportunity window, it'll be welcomed. Now, it's going to slog back through the 9th gate, and then it's going to really feel most uncomfortable, I'm predicting, during these dates, mid-November, where we're having Mercury go through the 34th gate. And it's going to be in earlier Sag, and then once it gets back to, like, these great degrees, well, the triumph one is not so bad. The annihilation is one of the keywords. So some good energy to get rid of your mistakes in your Sagittarius area of your chart, correct your things. But then here we go. Mercury's in detriment, machismo line, right? Then it's going to go. So all this time that this is happening with Mercury in the 34th gate, early Sag, look at those degrees. So remember that we have all of these outer planets aspecting these early degrees of fire and air signs. Uranus is going to be opposing this in Gemini. So Mercury is going to be under kind of an extreme duress situation during this like period of November here. So why is that? Who's that going to be most affecting? People as that are Gemini or Virgo rising, and also that have Gemini or Virgo planets, of course, but and Sages too. Sag risings and Pisces risings. The mutables are always going to be the most affected during this period. Oh, guess what? We've got the nodes shifted into whatever. I'm distracted. Sorry, guys. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So, okay, when we finally getting over this Sagittarius Mercury condition and it goes back into Scorpio where it's going to have the cazimi. So Mercury is going to get out of a sign where think of when a planet shifting signs from and the debility leaves it. It's like Mercury is not that comfortable. Like it's not like ultra powerful, so to speak, in Scorpio, but it's nowhere near as debilitated as it is in Sag. So when Mercury escapes the Sagittarius, it immediately then ends up in a conjunction with the sun. It's like being rescued. It's like you're in exile and you go to the embassy and you're meted with well support from the sun. So now at the same time that the sun and Mercury are going to be together in this late Scorpio, remember what else is in late, what else we have going on in water signs. We've got Jupiter that is going to be, not far away with the trining action. And we have Neptune in Pisces and Saturn still in Pisces. So there's going to be trines from Saturn, Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Scorpio finally. So this will be the moment when things will really shift cycle-wise, right? And there'll be clarifying information. There will be, and then look here at this. We got the moon today, or that same time, going to be picking up the energy too. So I really look to this date, into the 20th. What kind of a day is it? It's a Thursday. All right. That'll be a hot day. Yeah, so shortly after that, that's going to be the big moment of like new information coming into the cycle and a shift in events. Then we're going to have Mercury go all the way back to, how far does it go? Where does it go? Oh, goes into the 43rd gate then. Oh, and here we have Mercury in exaltation at 23 degrees of Scorpio, which is, I believe, where it actually goes direct. The one-track mind. Over-reliance and stubborn obsession with one's mental abilities in the face of recurring obstacles. This design, given Mercury's mercurial mental gifts, may, though rarely, succeed. A stubborn reliance on one's unique insights that demands focused mental ability to be properly conceptualized. The sun will then be going through the 34, all that energy that the retrograde was picking up. Okay, let's see how far back it goes. 43.3. Okay, and when it goes finally direct, it's going to be at 43.2. 21 degrees of Scorpio. And what else is going to be happening at that time? Importantly, it'll be near Venus. I'm going to then move on, and it's going to be with Venus in detriment in Scorpio. And still then going to retrine all this stuff that I was talking about in the other water signs. Okay, so the Sagittarius part of your chart is probably not going to like what happens. And certainly the Mercury-ruled places are going to have to go through some shifts in order to realign themselves. So that's what this period usually offers people. Retrograde periods of Mercury, because Mercury is so fast moving, it goes retrograde pretty often, and because Mercury rules not just Gemini and Virgo in those areas of the house, but what we're thinking about, what we're planning, our minds, our mental, our communications, all of the stuff that, even money too, commerce is Mercury. So it's a time where directions are going to most likely shift as a result of realizing that, you know, there was some mistaken that you might have been mistaken about a thing or two. And I guess the best way to encounter that, if it should happen, is to just humbly, honestly, as quickly as possible, accept it. You know, Sagittarius is really blunt, and it may come as some harsh truths that you can't ignore anymore. But sometimes that's kind of like what you need in order to get your shit together and change direction. Okay. Have a good luck. Have a good luck.